Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, my name is the Ripper Danny B, and welcome back to another episode of CWR Asylum, coming to you tonight from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, baby. And we have a stacked night ahead of us, absolutely stacked night ahead of us, as immortality continues to grow ever closer. Let's get on with the action right here. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 260 pounds, the Roman Empire, Roman Reigns. And of course, being accompanied to the ring tonight by Baron Corbin and Samoa Joe of the Empire, Roman Reigns, with his first singles match on Asylum in 2017. The only other match Roman Reigns has competed in on Asylum in this calendar year was a tag team match at Genesis. Roman Reigns in October finally returns to one-on-one action. What a change we have seen in Roman Reigns. Forming this group, turning on his old allies, turning on his old friends, making a statement. Roman Reigns has not been making a lot of friends as of late, but the leader of the Roman Empire is here tonight to prove he can back up his words. And his opponent this evening, weighing in at 175 pounds, Tommaso Ciampa. This also marks the debut this evening of Tommaso Ciampa inside the Asylum. The Psycho Killer could make a hell of a statement tonight as he goes one-on-one with a former tag team champion. But this is a different Roman Reigns. This is a different beast. This is a different animal, and I don't know if Ciampa is quite prepared for what he has to face right now. The bell has rung. This one-on-one match is underway. Of course, Tommaso Ciampa out here alone this evening. No backup, and you see there Roman Reigns, the first move he makes in this match is to deliver Tommaso Ciampa directly to the Empire. Samoa Joe helps Ciampa get back to his feet, but no more than that, not risking the disqualification this evening. Joe and Corbin making their presence known, of course, on the last episode of Asylum when they took on the Club and absolutely obliterated Carl Anderson. Tommaso Ciampa this evening going to give it a good fight, going to get right into this thing. Big right hand there by Ciampa. I mean, he gives up roughly 100 pounds of weight to Roman Reigns. You got to think that's not going to matter most of the time. The Psycho Killer can certainly outmaneuver Roman Reigns when it needs to be, and it's never stopped the Sicilian Destroyer before. But Roman Reigns, if he hits that spear, he's going to cut Ciampa in half. But there's recent change, his recent actions, I don't think Roman Reigns will care if he puts Ciampa in the hospital this evening. See Roman there, big clubbing forearm to the back of the neck. That's the second one of those delivered, and Roman Reigns, he is just all over this thing right now. Straight rights, but Ciampa is not going to allow him to take control that easily. Ciampa pulls him in, is trying to misdirect Roman Reigns, and look at the power of the Psycho Killer there. Again, Roman is about 100 pounds heavier than Ciampa, so credit to Tommaso. Big knee drop off the top there, and the Psycho Killer is rolling, but Roman Reigns straight back up And that right hand staggers Tommaso Ciampa. Big clothesline knocks down the smaller man. And Roman Reigns takes control of the matchup once again. Another big clothesline there for Roman. And you can see every move is poignant. Every move delivers big, heavy offense that is going to take Ciampa down. Another big clothesline. Roman Reigns is in no rush. He is taking his time. The methodical destroyer. See this, Roman Reigns position himself, waiting for Ciampa to get to his feet. Takes Ciampa around and once again delivers another massive forearm to the back of the neck, driving Ciampa face first into the mat. Roman has a plan here and he is executing it brilliantly. Electric chair drop there from Roman Reigns. And the big dog now is feeling it. Another big right. Ciampa once again unable to really mount any kind of defense as Roman continues to deliver this poignant and deliberate offense. Hangs him up in the tree of woe, takes a moment, places the boot, chokes him out. And Ciampa, heart of a champion as Tommaso Ciampa. But is it going to be enough against Roman here this evening? Once again, Ciampa now. Big power bomb going for his own set of power play moves. We've got a cover here. First cover of the match. Roman Reigns doesn't even let it get to a 1 count. Kicks out with authority, making the point there to Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa, big suplex though. Takes Roman out of his comfort zone. Roman Reigns is an offense player. He's not a defense player. We've got this submission style move here. Johnny Gargano, fairly famous for using a move like that, similar to the Rings of Saturn. Big clothesline in the corner now, and you see Roman Reigns a little less deliberate with that clothesline, a little less deliberate with these strikes. Roman Reigns has opened up a can of whoop ass on Tommaso Ciampa right now. Roman not pleased that Ciampa fighting back. Drops him for the slingshot across the top rope. There's been no specific body part worked on by Roman. I think he has just been here to slow him down. But look at that. No, he went for the Superman punch and Tommaso Ciampa blocked it. And now Ciampa with the jawbreaker again gets back into it. But Roman Reigns goes low with that strike. Spear! Look at that. Out of absolutely nowhere. Roman Reigns spears Ciampa 3/4 of the way across the ring. Into the cover goes Roman Reigns. It's 1, 2, 3. That was insane. It truly was. You saw moments here. Tommaso Ciampa really kind of fighting back against Roman, using his own power game to his advantage, and you can see here going for the first cover, but Roman wasn't having any of it. The Superman punch was blocked, but Roman Reigns saw an opening, took it, and cut him in half. Exactly what I said he would do, and he did it. Roman Reigns, there was a cover here, even if that guy's head says otherwise. Sometimes, honestly, can't get the staff. But ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Roman Reigns. His first singles match of the year, and Roman Reigns destroys his opponent. And the Empire looking damn near unbeatable at this point. But ladies and gentlemen, talking about unbeatable men, the CWR World Heavyweight Champion will be in action later this evening. Bray Wyatt will be here live. Probably as a response to Finn Balor, but we'll get to that. Going to move on with our action here this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, being accompanied to the ring by her tag team partner, Becky Lynch. From San Jose, California, she is one half of the CWR Women's Tag Team Champions. It's Bayley! Bayley in one-on-one action here this evening. Her tag team partner, the other half of the tag team champions, Becky Lynch on the outside. This should be great though. From what I've heard, if the rumours are true, we're in for a treat. Her opponent this evening, Io Shirai. One of the absolute greats in Japanese professional wrestling, the Joshi Pureshu. I didn't say that right. Legendary Stardom athlete Io Shirai is here in CWR. This is a moment to behold. The Japanese are taking over CWR right now. Io Shirai, just the latest of a long line of Japanese professional wrestlers, including Shinsuke Nakamura, Hideo Itami, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Tetsuya Naito, Kazuchika Okada, and even to extend the Club and AJ Styles and Finn Balor, the guys that made their name over there. All filtering into the CWR, but we've got a one-on-one match this evening between the legendary Io Shirai and Bayley. And on paper, Io should walk this. On paper. But Bayley has been pretty unstoppable as of late. I mean, she is the only female two-time... I lie. She's the only female three-time tag team champion. 2 reigns with Becky Lynch, 1 with Sasha Banks. Bayley has been pretty much unstoppable for this past year. She doesn't take many losses, does the huggable one. So this could be a very interesting contest, certainly. And you got to think for Io, she might be out here alone tonight, but a win over a tag team champion could put her in line for the tag team belts, considering we don't have a tag team challenger right now for Baybex. Bayley there, though, is going to go to work on that lower spine, not only to slow down the offense of Io, but to prepare her for that Bayley to belly. You know what I said in the last match about Roman being deliberate? Well, Bayley is not quite as deliberate, but she's not wasting any motion here. Io uses a jawbreaker to get back into this thing. A big running hurricanrana there from Io Shirai. Right hand connects. There's another one. A left gets blocked though. However, Bayley saw the left coming. Being a natural southpaw herself, I'm not surprised. Io, though, you saw that. The speed in which she hit that top rope, then hit that missile drop kick. The crowd is on fire right now, and you can't blame them. Big right hand by Io Shirai. Knocks down Bayley, and once again, Io going to take to the top rope. A little slower this time, but the point still stands. And now, moonsault. Io Shirai has taken this. That legendary moonsault there. There you go. Splash down. 1, 2. Bayley kicks out. What? How did Bayley kick out? I mean, that was quite authoritative from Bayley there as well. She didn't wait until the last moment. She kicked out with quite a bit of force just after the 2 count. Got a second wind, I guess. You never count out the huggable one. We were saying that earlier on. Big elbow there to the top of the head. You've got to be careful. Io's had a history of concussions. Shirai kicks out. Bailey now is going to... I don't know what she's going to go for. Looked like she was going to go for some kind of body slam, maybe a power slam. Io Shirai not having any of it, comes back with those strikes, those strong style strikes. And drop kick there, beautifully placed, knocks Bailey down. Io Shirai has taken control once again. And once again goes for the drop kick, but once again Bailey says not today. And into the corner goes Io. Stacked up on the top rope there. Bailey now finds herself in trouble as Io, look at that diving crossbody. Now we've got to cover. There's 1, 2, 3. No, Bailey still pops the shoulder out at the absolute last moment there. There really wasn't any time for Bailey to mess that up. But she didn't. She's still in this thing. There's a cover. Bailey's trying to keep the pressure on Miss Shirai. The debuting Miss Shirai. 2 debuts so far this evening. We're only in the second match. This close to immortality, you wouldn't think you'd see any new faces, but here they are. Big elbow drop by Bailey. Io looks in trouble, to be honest with you. She is not moving. There's the cover. Kicks out at 1.5. With a lot less power on that kick out than I would have hoped for somebody at this stage. Big elbow once again. Bailey once again going to work on that lower back. Still inadvertently going for the same kind of technique now as Bailey. That time it was the knee, definitely. That time was across the chest. That one was simply for impact. Io trying to fight back. You saw that deep arm drag there. She got the Shining Wizard out. Is it enough? Is it enough to turn this match around in her favour? Strike there from Io. Is she going to go up? She is. Sunset flip outside. Powerbomb delivered. And Io Shirai up to the top rope. Bailey picked up by her tag team partner on the outside there, Becky Lynch. Trying to encourage her partner to get back in this thing. Io perched and waiting though. Big drop kick there, Io Shirai. Bailey, Becky Lynch actually providing a bit of a distraction there, but it didn't quite work out the way she would have hoped. Now Bailey flat on the ground is in serious trouble. Could we see again? Moonsault! Picture perfect. Rotation through the air. Lands square on Bailey. We have a cover. 1, 2, 3. Wait, what? Hang on. The referee's saying it's a 2 count. That Bailey got her shoulder up. I beg to differ. 1, 2. Definitely got a shoulder up that time, but I beg to differ with the first one. I'm pretty sure the referee called the 3 before Bailey moved. Could that be a shoddy call from the referee here tonight? Could it cost Io Shirai her debut match? She won that then. We all saw it. She definitely won that. That was a 3 count, but the referee says otherwise, and unfortunately, it is his call to make. Into the corner now, and Bailey out with a DDT. Io stacked up on top of her head there. Now wraps the arms. Bailey to belly. 1, 2, 3. Now that wasn't fair. Io won that thing earlier on after that moonsault. Maybe we'll actually see it if the replay guys get their act together. You see the cover there following that backbreaker. Bailey Not able to get the job done. Snap suplex there by the Huggable One. Floated straight over. Don't get me wrong, Bayley wrestled a hell of a match. Io fighting out of the corner there. Excellent back and forth contest between these women this evening. The elbow there right across the chest. I said that was for impact and I wasn't wrong. No, we're not going to see it. Of course we're not going to see it. I smell something here. Bayley to belly connects. The 3 count. Whatever the case, it's the referee's decision at the end of the day. Here is your winner, Bayley. Take nothing away from the Huggable One there. She fought well. Well, you heard that. Baybacks have just laid out the challenge. I was going to finish my sentence there, but I got a little distracted. Well, the action continues on, so we might as well go with it. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, he is the CWR World Heavyweight Champion, the Eater of Worlds, Bray Wyatt. And the last time we came to you on Asylum, the match was made. The Eater of Worlds will face the Demon King at Immortality with the CWR World title on the line. Tonight, Bray Wyatt in one-on-one action. In singles action for the first time since unifying the CWR Championship with the Haven Championship to create the CWR World title. Bray Wyatt in one-on-one action, and Bray Wyatt looks ready. You know damn well the champion is not in a good mood. And he's going to look to take that out on some poor unsuspecting schmuck this evening. And his opponent this evening, representing Los Dragons de Luchadores, being accompanied to the ring by Kalisto, Lince Dorado. At least I'm being told he's accompanied by Kalisto. He's around somewhere. Either way, Lince Dorado, the Golden Lynx, is here. The Puerto Rican Luchador. And Bray Wyatt in the corner. That was a little bit intimate, but we'll go with it. Bray Wyatt, Lince Dorado. This should be, in fact, is nope. Once again, the production team gets it wrong. He's actually accompanied to the ring, as you see down there, by Gran Metalik. This is something that's been going on backstage here at the Asylum for a while. The Luchadors have come together as in an attempt to make a name for themselves. Lince, Metalik, Sin Cara, Kalisto. All of them kind of see a common goal right now. Lince Dorado did actually manage to get an early head start against the world champion there, and then went for the springboard and went a bit wrong. I thought this was Lince, not Sin Cara, but whatever. Lince Dorado now running the ropes. Is he going to go over the top? There it is. Look at that. Tope con hilo over the top rope. And Bray Wyatt is taken down. And this would be a coup in the cap of Lince Dorado if he was able to pick this one up tonight. A coup is an understatement. This would be the biggest win of his young career. Sunset flip powerbomb. And Lince Dorado, as Gran Metalik watches on, is just owning this right now. DDT. And Bray Wyatt, his cockiness, his arrogance got the better of him. And Lince Dorado has not let him forget it. We're at a 6 count already, and Bray Wyatt realizes he can't afford to lose a match tonight. There's an 8 count. Lince Dorado back to his feet and able to get back into the ring in time. Bray goes for the big clobber there. Lince kind of sees it coming, is able to somehow block it. And now the much smaller Dorado being able to take it to Bray Wyatt. Wyatt is about 300-ish pounds. We know that. We're going to cover here on the champion. Kicks out with authority. You see there, Bray Wyatt was close enough to just drape his foot on the rope and get out. But the champion is attempting at least to make a statement. Lince Dorado goes for the big 450 cent on there. It doesn't connect. He misjudges the jump. Still connects with Bray Wyatt and is still able to get back to his feet first. So, still a job well done. Look at Bray Wyatt though. Explodes out of that corner with that crossbody. And now a chop block from the champion. And Lince has gone from surprisingly being in control to being absolutely decimated in the space of a few seconds. That's the thing about Bray Wyatt. He is so explosive that when he turns up the volume, he hits you harder than a freight train coming at 100 miles an hour. Lince Dorado going to try turn this back to his pace now. Turn it back into the luchador's favor. The sunset flip right in the middle of the ring there. I'm surprised Lince, yeah. Surprised he didn't stick the cover. We've got one now. Bray Wyatt kicks out. The thing is, the one thing we truly know about Bray Wyatt is he is one of the best punishment absorbers. That's what I was trying to get out there. That we've ever seen here in CWR. He can be beaten from pillar to post for hours on end and then still suddenly turn that engine up and come out of nowhere. Lince Dorado now takes down Bray Wyatt. This looks similar to an Anaconda Vice. Bray Wyatt got the knee up there to block himself, and look at that, straight away, undercut, upside the chin, knocks down Dorado. But Dorado once again stays in control, manages to misdirect, pull him down with that DDT. Lince is now going to go up top. Lince Dorado could look to end this. Shooting star misses. And you can hear the crowd. Bray is gonna kill you. The shooting star press does not get the job done. Bray Wyatt pulls Lince Dorado up. Sister Abigail. 1, 2, 3. No! Lince Dorado was actually able to grab the rope there, I think. I know it kind of looked like he got the shoulder up there, but I don't think he did. He broke it up somehow, regardless. And Wyatt, incensed that Dorado didn't just stay down. See those palm strikes, those finger strikes upside the chin. Bray Wyatt has that thumb strapped for a reason. Dorado is going to try and fight back once again. And you have to give credit where it's due. Dorado has been in control of about 80% of this match. Bray Wyatt, though, kicks out before even the count of 1 that time. Dorado swings a miss with that kick. Now the Eater of Worlds, the world champion, going to take advantage and deliver some of his own punishment. And that suplex there drives Dorado down into the ground. Big stomp there by Bray Wyatt. And rolls him up. Bray Wyatt, that's a new one from the Eater. That was interesting. Bray Wyatt dropping to a knee for a moment. Goes for that big crossbody. Lince Dorado somehow catches a man well over 100 pounds. He's heavier. That made sense, didn't it? But again, Dorado goes high risk and it doesn't pay off. Although once again, he turns up the pace. Drops him with a tilt-a-whirl arm drag. Lince Dorado could well pull off the upset of the century here. Dorado is going to go to the top rope. You know what he's thinking. If he can pull it off. Nope. I thought he was going to go for the shooting star again. He goes for the Houston hangover. That senton, well, that rotating leg drop. Right across the throat of the world champion. And Bray Wyatt once again finds himself in a position unable to defend himself. Dorado has had this thing under control, and now Bray Wyatt using his strength to double take down the legs. Bray Wyatt explodes. Senton delivered. Bray Wyatt is incensed. Bray Wyatt is furious. Bray Wyatt looks to add the exclamation point to this matchup. Sister Abigail. This time pulling him away from the ropes. 1, 2, 3. And that there, ladies and gentlemen, is an example of how dangerous this man can be. Lince Dorado had control of at least 80% of this matchup. Bray Wyatt spent the majority of this match on the floor. But when he turned it up to 11. Sister Abigail, number 1. No, we're not going to see the cover. That's annoying. Never mind. See a moment here where Bray Wyatt, in the end, his anger got the better of him. Oh no, this is in fact a roll-up, which is unusual for Wyatt. That was one of those more controlled moments out of Wyatt in this thing. But after turning it around for just a split second, Bray drops that running senton and without wasting any motion whatsoever, commands Lince to get back to his feet. That's the best word I can think of. And hits Sister Abigail, the world champion, successful again. Well, Bray Wyatt accepting his fate with the World Championship. This is one of those nights where I can't even talk about a point post-match because the action just keeps rolling on. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, being accompanied to the ring by Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins of The Shield. From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 215 pounds, the voice of the voiceless, CM Punk. When Punk returned, he has reformed the Shield in his own image. And now tonight, for the first time, CM Punk steps into the ring for one-on-one action. And his opponent this evening from Dublin, Ireland, weighing in at 265 pounds. He is the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus! This man is a threat to anyone, and what a turnabout it would be for Sheamus to defeat CM Punk here this evening in Punk's debut. One of the greatest rivalries never told is CM Punk and Sheamus. Of course, not a walk in the park for Punk. This man is a two-time world heavyweight champion. 2 times. Only 2 men have managed to win the world title twice. And Bray Wyatt, you can always argue, was a victim of circumstance for his second reign. Regardless, this match is underway. CM Punk, another man making his in-ring debut here this evening. You know, Sheamus is going to have the power advantage, and Sheamus has got a little on his mind because he hasn't really found his groove since losing the world title once again to Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt, of course, cashed in Money in the Bank to defeat Sheamus. Bray Wyatt could very well have been the last man to ever cash in Money in the Bank here in CWR, at least. Since that moment, Sheamus has just been looking to try and get his retribution, try and get himself back on level ground, and he hasn't been able to do it within the Revolution, but a win here over CM Punk could certainly do that for Roman Reigns. I'm getting ahead of myself here. For Sheamus. Big knee there for Punk. Thinking of Roman Reigns, because of course CM Punk and Roman Reigns have had their disputes, have had their problems since Punk returned to the company, not least of which getting into a massive brawl in the backstage area not too long ago, where they beat the ever-living hell out of one another. Those 2 men do not like each other, and you've got to think Roman Reigns was successful earlier on this evening. He's going to be in the back somewhere watching this match and seeing how CM Punk works, seeing how CM Punk fights. Roman is going to be looking for a weakness. Big knee there from Sheamus could turn the complexion back towards the Celtic Warrior. Big elbow by Sheamus, and CM Punk so far is in some kind of trouble. Sheamus is feeling pretty confident about it. See Dean and Seth on the outside there playing nothing more than cheerleaders right now. That's got to be driving them insane, but they've got to realise you can't fight every fight. And a big single leg drop kick there from CM Punk puts this match back in the favour of the anti-Empire CM Punk. Over the top goes Punk, belly to belly suplex there, executed to perfection by Sheamus. See Punk now pulling in Sheamus, gonna go for the big clothesline, decides to go against it, and clothesline DDT could be similar things. Sheamus now has CM Punk up on his shoulders. White noise delivered, and CM Punk could be in trouble. There's enough people with the "you look stupid" chants. Seth Rollins going for a cover. Should I say Seth Rollins attempting to distract the referee while Sheamus did what I thought he was going to go for the cover, and he didn't. And CM Punk, look at that. Look at his forehead. He has been busted open in this matchup. I don't know about you, but if CM Punk was bleeding that much, for me, I would be more worried that he was going to get seriously hurt in the upcoming shows. Not one about who he's going to face. That was the GTS, however. That was the GTS. There's a steel chair in the ring. Where did that get there? Then Punk throws it down on Sheamus. Technically not enough to get disqualified according to the referee. I think it's, silly, but whatever. CM Punk hits the sequence, the drop kicks, the running, the undercut, the neck breaker. The GTS has already connected once with Sheamus. Into the corner goes the Warrior. Big running knee there by CM Punk. Almost signature Punk. Now we drop Anaconda Vice once again. We've seen this another time this evening. Is that the Anaconda? No, in fact it's the Koji, and whatever it is, it doesn't matter because it's one. It's in fact, yes, the Koji clutch, and I apologize for that. But ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner by submission, CM Punk. I realise I called a few things wrong there. I apologise for that. But CM Punk absolutely makes a statement here this evening. You can see the white noise there. I thought Sheamus was going to go for the pin following that, and I wasn't the only one. You just saw Seth Rollins get onto the apron. The GTS should have done it. CM Punk, though, had other ideas and employed a Koji clutch to win this matchup. Interesting choice there from CM Punk, but it did the job, and he is your winner of this competition. It looks like CM Punk isn't done this evening. CM Punk sounds like he's got something to say. Well, I didn't see that coming. CM Punk went behind Roman Reigns' back and made the match. It's on Roman Reigns versus CM Punk, but with a caveat. If Roman Reigns emerges victorious, CM Punk not only forgoes his immortality paycheck, he forgoes his job. CM Punk putting his career on the line for the sake of getting to Roman Reigns. That is something. But ladies and gentlemen, we are once again moving on. The action continues to flow here on this stacked Asylum card. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, being accompanied to the ring by Jason Jordan, Chad Gable. Yes, Gable in singles action. The Force, the next generation of great, should I say, going to be on the outside for this one. Chad Gable, of course, though, more than capable of doing it on his own, and no matter what the question, he is always ready, willing, and Gable. And yes, I had to. Chad Gable, one-on-one action coming up. his opponent this evening, being accompanied to the ring by the Young Bucks and representing the Elite, he is the Cleaner, Kenny Omega. Yes, you heard me correctly, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up right now is the in-ring debut of Kenny Omega. What a match. Now, if I'm Chad Gable, I realise that I am about to step in the ring with one of the best in the world today. And Kenny Omega, well, he certainly fits that bill. And as of our previous episode of Asylum, we know one massive thing is going down at Immortality. If you missed it, spoiler alert, the match is happening. The match. Kenny Omega versus John Cena, one-on-one at Immortality. But tonight, Kenny Omega going to sharpen those skills inside of a CWR ring for the very first time ever. Look at this. Chad Gable going to use that amateur background cut Kenny Omega right over the top and straight away out of the gate. These two going right at it now. Chad Gable, what a night this could be for Gable. Over the top goes Kenny Omega. Gable is the smaller man in this contest, but for once, his opponent isn't that much bigger than him, so Chad Gable could really use a lot of his tricks. So far, he's doing that back and forth action to kick off this matchup. Both Gable and Omega getting in some good offense. Look at that. Omega went for the chop block and Gable levels him with the forearm instead. Chad Gable going up to the middle rope. Senton connects on Kenny Omega. And the Cleaner is in trouble. No, he's not, because he comes fighting back. You see the speed in which Omega turned that around then. Big clothesline over the top. Chad Gable dumped to the outside where Jason Jordan is waiting. Kenny getting a little too cocky there and pays for it. It's not often we say that about Kenny Omega. You can see this crowd. Did you see the way this crowd are reacting? They are on fire for this matchup, and you can't blame them. You see Nick Jackson there just watching on as Chad Gable takes it to Omega. Thought that may have been a cover there. No, Chad Gable going to go in for an arm breaker. Pulls the leg in as well. What an interesting submission move here by Chad Gable. Has Omega where he wants him in the middle of the ring. Omega says no, fights out, but is any damage done? I don't think it really matters when it comes to Kenny Omega, does it? Look at that. Tilted world head scissors there. And the Cleaner misjudges the distance there. So this match still, as I can see, on a level playing field. These two absolutely going at it. I tell you what, it doesn't matter who Kenny steps in the ring with. The match is golden, is it not? Drops him across the top there with a Snake Eyes style remover. Oh my god, I can't speak. Snake Eyes style maneuver, and Kenny makes up for the earlier botched tope by fixing it this time. And look at that Phoenix splash just out of nowhere there. We've got a cover here from the Cleaner. There's one. Chad Gable throws the shoulder up with authority, but Kenny Omega, how beautiful was that splash? But then again, how beautiful was that counter there from Gable? Omega going to fight back now as well, and Omega has him up. But Gable says no, shifts the weight, Russian leg sweep. Back and forth action. This is brilliant. Roll up. Chad Gable has him in the jackknife. 1, 2. Kenny just about avoids the pin there. My god, that was beautiful from Chad Gable. Gable goes behind, avoids the super kick, takes down Omega. Now Gable starting to look like it's expending a bit too much energy. But this match has been high energy, high pace from the very beginning. Omega misjudges the enziguri. Gable takes advantage, gets thrown back down. See what I mean? This is just all over the place. The men collide. Omega misses. Gable ice pick on the knee. But once again, Gable's energy level's starting to drain a little now. This thing has been 100 miles an hour since the very beginning. We've got to cover 2. Omega kicks out. I think Gable realizes that now, that he is starting to wear down this hard-hitting... Well, I can't even call it hard-hitting because it has been a technical masterpiece so far from these two men. Gable suplex now. Going to use a little bit of strength, a little bit of high impact, and apparently a little bit of high risk. Straight right hand, followed up by a diving senton. Gable twisting in midair to connect that properly. Now Chad Gable going to finish this? No, Kenny Omega. Back in the game. Gable, jawbreaker. Omega sidesteps the dropkick. And a big clubbing axe there from Kenny Omega. Stops that little sequence in its tracks. We've got a right hand there, and now Kenny Omega hooks both. There's the Dragonplex from Kenny. And Omega looks to finish this right now. Gonna go for that cross-leg fisherman's. Yes, he is. Up and over goes Gable. Just drives him into the ground with that cross-leg fisherman suplex. Kenny Omega is not done yet. No, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. Chad Gable is back in this thing. Omega missed that one. Gable fights back. Over the top. Back suplex. Bit of cover here. There's one. Not quite. Chad Gable not quite able to put away the cleaner this evening. Well, I say that, he could still do it. But once again, Kenny Omega finds a way out. And once again, Omega finds himself back in control, but we know that this won't last forever. Throws up the 2 sweets. There's the running tackle, and oh my god, you see what he's doing here? That is John Cena's doom sequence. Kenny Omega just ripping it straight from the pages of the C Nation. And Kenny Omega in the corner. V-Trigger connects. And he's going to follow that up. You know he's going to follow it up. No, Chad Gable, look at Gable. Kenny was on the roll of a lifetime there. He'd just stolen the playbook from John Cena, hit the V-trigger. But Gable was just not going to let him finish it. Gable was not going to let him have his moment of glory. Super kick. Straight uppercut there, right to the throat. Omega, tilt-a-whirl head scissors, takes down Gable once again. This, ladies and gentlemen, is pay-per-view quality right here on Asylum. Omega in the corner, V-trigger. And if I was Omega, I would have gone for the cover straight off that, but maybe not this time. No, up he goes. Nope, catches the German there. I thought he was going to go for the one-wing angel. Nope, he drops him and throws him into that German. Look at that. Gable's feet don't even touch the floor. Beautiful execution there, not unlike American Alpha's own Grand Amplitude, may I add. Here's the cover. 1, 2. That, ladies and gentlemen, was pay-per-view quality. And not only that, Chad Gable just proved he could hang with one of the best to ever lace up a pair of boots. Kenny Omega and Chad Gable. If I was wearing a hat, I would remove it at this point, because well done That was incredible. Honestly speechless. Honestly, well, I'm not speechless. I'm never speechless. But that has honestly taken my breath away. And look at some of the highlights here. You saw that schoolboy pin, but look at Gable jump up, extend those legs, put the jackknife in place. Kenny Omega barely able to get the shoulder up in time. And just some of the back and forth action we saw. That enziguri was not perfectly placed there by Kenny. Gable's stamina got the better of him on occasion, but it didn't stop him from going from bell to bell. Yeah, there were a few moments he had to catch his breath, but in the end, look at this German. He didn't go for the one wing angel, and I have to wonder why, but it doesn't really matter. Because when all is said and done, Kenny Omega drives him down with that German, picks up a huge win in his CWR debut, and now with Chad Gable in the rearview mirror, you know exactly what Kenny Omega is looking towards. He's looking towards John Cena. Of course, the Young Bucks themselves, they're looking towards the tag team gauntlet. They announced themselves for the tag team gauntlet Immortality. The Elite could clean up at Immortality. The action just keeps rolling on tonight. We have a action-packed card, do we not? Not a lot of fluff going on tonight. The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Melbourne, Australia. She is the South Pacific Wonder Woman, Emma. And she is also the #1 contender to the Women's Patriot Championship. She will go one-on-one with Alexa Bliss at Immortality. Tonight she is in tag team competition, and Emma has looked pretty darn good ever since getting screwed out of the Women's Patriot Championship back on the return episode of Asylum all those many weeks ago. The devil has come, so carry me home. Emma, it's all about me. That's what she's saying there. And it's all about her winning back that championship. At least if you ask her. Speaking of people on a quest to win back a championship, her tag team partner this evening from Osaka, Japan. She is the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. The #1 contender to the Women's World Championship. The woman that in just over a week's time will be stepping inside 3 stages of hell. The war will end at Immortality. But tonight, Asuka here teaming with Emma, and this should be an incredible fight. These two women both itching, chomping at the bit to get to Immortality, to win back what they say are their championships. And of course, the current champions have a different idea, but to each their own, really. Their opponents this evening, first from San Diego, California, she is the force of greatness, Nia Jax. Jax is someone who has really been trying to make her mark for a long time here in the Revolution. And with the people she steps into the ring with tonight, that could very well be a reality. A former Patriot champion, mind you, in her own right. Nia Jax is no slouch. Her partner this evening, from Columbus, Ohio, she is the CWR Women's Patriot Champion, Alexa Bliss. And you can hear this crowd reaction for Little Miss Bliss. She isn't always the most popular in her methods, but the crowd connect with Little Miss Bliss. Right now she holds that belt, she holds that Patriot Championship. I mean, it probably does help that she is wearing a title belt. That wasn't so I've just realized where we are, aren't we? We're in Toronto. Okay, so the American sentiment isn't as high as usual. In fact, there has never been a Canadian holder of the female championship. Just saying. In fact, there hasn't been a Canadian holder of any of them. Thinking about it, the Patriot Championship has yet to be held by a Canadian competitor. Interesting little tidbit there. Got a little bit sidetracked. We've got a match going on. Here we go. Emma's going to start this thing off with Nia Jax. Now, they want to try and do as much damage to Jax as early as possible. Look at that big forearm there. And Asuka, she doesn't usually fly, but when she does, she makes it count. Big spinning back fist, another big one. Asuka absolutely unloading on Nia Jax. Kitchen sink delivered. She went for a palm strike. Nia saw it coming and simply used her strength to her advantage and tagged in Little Miss Bliss. Emma tagged right in there. Asuka, sensing that Emma wanted to get into this thing, she didn't even have to see her. She knew that Emma wanted to get her hands on Alexa Bliss. Emma has been wanting to get her hands on Alexa for a long time, ever since Alexa screwed Emma out of that championship all those months ago. Look at that double underhook suplex, that butterfly suplex. Absolutely throws Alexa across the ring. These two have developed a real personal disliking of one another. And the war comes to an end at Immortality when the title is on the line. But Alexa and Emma both know that right now they could do some damage to the other one and make Immortality that much easier. Emma going up to the middle. Nia there. You can see Nia was kind of going to go and slow the pace down a little bit. I was going to try and throw Emma off, but it's not quite what's happening. Emma in control of this matchup, and Alexa Bliss is in serious trouble. Big single leg there from Emma. South Pacific Wonder Woman is on track right now, and Alexa is in trouble. Look at that. That was just a simple hip toss, but it was done with so much ferocity that Alexa crashed into the canvas. Into the corner. Nope. Alexa going to fight back. She's going to stay in this thing. She saw an opportunity there. Alexa over the top. Spins around. Sunset pin. No, she doesn't stick the pin. She decides to get out of harm's... Nope. Changed her mind apparently. We've got to cover. There's one. Emma kicks out. Now Alexa finally gets away, finally able to tag Nia back in. Alexa not done by the looks of things, sets her right up, but look at Emma. Nia got caught there, she wasn't expecting the momentum shift. And Asuka gets back into the ring. Asuka, of course, has no personal problems with anyone in this ring, that we know of anyway. She's got her mind focused entirely on the 3 stages of hell, but every move she makes until that point It's a moment to prove herself to the Women's World Champion, who we know is watching. Arm drag. And now, hang on. It's coming. Asuka lock. Asuka lock. Locked right in. Nia Jax is in the Asuka lock. And look how dangerous this is. Look how dangerous this is. Asuka has got this thing, and Nia Jax taps out. Unbelievable. Nia was barely in that ring for any length of time in this matchup. Barely took any damage whatsoever, but the Asuka lock is so dangerous that the job was done. Absolutely incredible. Asuka picking up a big win for her team this evening. Absolutely incredible contest. Watch some of the replays from this matchup. You got to think, like I was saying, Asuka says I think Asuka, her mind is focused. All she wants is to get back to the Women's World Championship. Well, let's not forget, all the way back at Payback in January, it was the Asuka lock that won her the world title for the first time. It was the Asuka lock that made Legend Jezzy tap out and give up the championship and handed the Panay Princess one of her only defeats ever. And it's certainly the only time she's ever tapped out. Tonight though, the message sent. Here are your winners, Emma and Asuka. Statement made, and now these two can focus their attention to their championship matches. Hell of a night here tonight, but we're not done yet. And there's the match card itself. Legend Jezzy and Asuka, the war will end. Emma and Alexa Bliss settle this now very personal rivalry when the Patriot Championship is on the line at Immortality. San Francisco, watch out, because we're burning it to the ground. Oh my God! Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to CWR, the most electrifying man in all of entertainment, The Rock! The Great One is here. We have not seen The Rock since he was beaten at Immortality last year. 1 year. We have not seen the Great One, but the Great One has returned. This time of year, man, brings out all the stars. The Rock is in the Asylum. Sorry, I just can't even believe I'm saying that. The Rock is here. What has Dwayne got for the rabid fans? I mean, the night we have had so far, the in-ring debuts of guys like Tommaso Ciampa, CM Punk kicking ass, Kenny Omega and Chad Gable putting on a pay-per-view level matchup. And now we cap off this incredibly stacked and unbelievable night with The Rock. You can feel that electricity. You can feel it. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is the Ripper Danny B, and welcome to the final part of Immortality. Man, it has been a ride of a lifetime so far, both on camera and off, but and his opponent tonight, and I am going to call this one properly, from Cleveland, Ohio, weighing in at 230 pounds, the show off, the Beast Slayer, Dolph Ziggler. The Rock and Dolph Ziggler has something big in mind here, baby. Oh no, here he goes. Dolph into the ring. He's going to climb that turnbuckle. I think I know what he's going to go for, and it ain't going to be pretty. There's the elbow drop. Dolph Ziggler comes flying off that top rope. You don't often see Dolph fly, but it looks like he's going to with the elbow drop there. Anything to win this thing, including this series of elbows. Here he goes. There's 3, baby. There's 4. There's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and one more, but good luck, says Dolph Ziggler, going down. There's 10. Dolph is not screwing around now. He is going to make sure this one is well and truly over. The zigzag connects with all the force in the world that Dolph Ziggler could muster. It is done. The Rock is done. 1, 2, 3, and it was accurate. The table got shattered underneath Dolph Ziggler. It's just incredible. Dolph did exactly what he came out here to do tonight. Great start for this 4th part of Immortality, but of course, we are only just getting started. We've got another few great matches coming up. Let's get on with the show, baby. What? The Rock has laid out the challenge to Dolph Ziggler. Can we see the rematch? Could it happen? Well, ladies and gentlemen, my name is the Ripper Daddy B. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Asylum is over, but my God, we are still rolling. We'll see you soon for the next episode. Take care. Keep it sweet.